Alright. Hello, people of the internet. It is IRL Gaming here, and today, what a throwback. Isn't that insane? No, I'm a 22-year-old security guard now, not an 11-year-old playing fucking Minecraft. And today I'm going to be getting to round 30 on verrukt by myself while chatting. Honk. This is way too loud, one sec. Oh, I forgot people can still hear me. That's still way too fucking loud. Oh. Perfect. So basically, I'm going to be telling the top 9 stories in no particular order of the most stoned I've ever been in my life. Think of this as peak YouTube fucking content now. But, see that fucking 360. But, yeah, no, it's going to be funny, and it's going to be great crack. And I've got a notepad list of the times here, just because I have a really autistic nature in listing. I like making stats for everything. There was this one time because I smoke marijuana. There was this one time, I love how, who the fuck is watching this that doesn't know? Grand job. Because there was one point where I was thinking about every single time I had a smoke, documenting it in my notepad, and then at the end of the year counting up how many times I'd smoked, the days I'd smoked, and trying to average out which days I smoked more, which days I smoked less, if there was any consistency, any pattern, blah blah blah. Very, very autistic shit. I've about 60 notepads of just random stuff. Do you know what? I'm going to fucking read some of them out before I get into the nitty gritty. So, I have a notepad here. If I fucking go down. I have a note. Do I have to go? I have to survive to get quick revive. That's shocking crap. I have a notepad here about all the top rounds me and my buddy have gotten to on zombies, because we've been playing a lot of Black Ops 3 recently. I have my tally of how many times me and my buddy Vicky have played each other in Monopoly Deal. She's currently 6-5 up the bollocks. I have the questions that I recently did for my 22nd birthday of I did a pub quiz about myself with a load of my buds. It was great crack. 25 questions trivia about me or true or false about me. Shout out to Vicky and Sarah for getting first. To Sophie and Diana, you're horrendous for coming last. And my brother and best friends also not doing. No one can have win besides the winner. But you know what? They did well. They did well. Fair play. I'll actually give them. I was going to chat shit, but at the same time, I can't say I have the memory to know to get 16 or 17 out of 25 questions right about my buds. So there's that. There's the message that I sent into the group chat to announce that. There is the address of my friend for a house party I went to. What if it was all just What if it was all just a dream and I was pissing into thin air? I was at my friend's house once and that came into my head while I was having a piss. It was good crack. It's an inspirational quote of mine. I've thought of Irish names. Fanon, Aoife, Cuiva, Neil, Fanula, Roisin, Mairead, Aveen, Sinead, Maeve, and Gubnet. I was getting my Brazilian friend to try to pronounce those names. I'm going to stop chatting shit now and start telling the war stories. So, let me find the notepad again, because I'm after losing it. What the fuck? Where is it? Okay. So we'll start from the bottom, I guess, if it's in no particular order. So the first thing on the list is balcony in Poland. There's only 2 people who could reference this story. One of them I don't speak to, and, well, I don't really speak much to both of them, but one of them I definitely don't speak to, and the other one I don't speak to a whole lot. But I was in Poland in 2022 for a holiday to go visit my friend that had moved over to Poland. And, yeah, no, sorry, I was just thinking, I'm probably not going to name much names while I'm doing this, unless I'm still buds with the people. But, I need to open this fucking door. I didn't even get to get into the first fucking story. That's so bad. Run it back! Let's run it the fuck back! Alright, start again. We're sorted. Don't worry about it. That was a test run. See, I have an incredibly stupid habit while playing zombies of getting way too hungry for points at the start of the game. And getting way too hungry for points at the start of the game, and I stay in the first room for fucking ages with starting guns to like round 6 if I can, just trying to build up points so I can just power through the rest of the map, which is stupid. So we'll just get stuck into the stories. So the balcony in Poland in 2022 in August, I went to Poland with my buddy, ex-buddy, to meet. I'm going to stop saying buddy. I'm saying it too much. I'm getting too distracted here. With my friend to go visit a friend that had moved to Poland a few months earlier. It was the definition of a session holiday. I was there for 6 nights, and I spent 5 of those nights absolutely off my rocker, just drinking, blah blah blah, mad crack. It was good crack, like, of course, but I'm gonna be honest with you, it took it the fuck out of me. That was a wild holiday. But there was one night that we didn't, and it was the night that we arrived because we had to get a separate flight because we missed our first flight because I was taking a shite. Not a joke, true story. I missed a flight because I was taking a poo. But we got confused because they changed the flight's departure time. So we assumed that the boarding time would be different as well. No, the boarding time was the same. So the departure was delayed by like 35 minutes, so we thought the boarding would be delayed by 35 minutes, so we thought we'd way more time. No, the boarding still happened at the same time, so we couldn't get on the plane. So got shafted. Well, not really. Am I definitely recording? Yeah, I am. Okay. But, yeah, no, so we ended up missing the flight, but it's been 6.5 minutes and I still haven't told. See, now I'm going to get started. Don't worry. See, it's for the loyal people. Only the real loyal people get these stories. So, and no one's going to watch this. So, I'll rewatch this. I rewatch all my own stuff. Exposing myself here. I watch all of my own videos. Re-listen to my voice messages after I record them. Reread texts after I send them. That's just the way it is. Missed nearly every shot there. But... So the balcony in Poland, we were on the session for several days beforehand. I hadn't done a whole lot of smoking on this holiday. I think I only smoked like 2 or 3 out of the 6 nights, which I say isn't a whole lot. I usually smoke most days, so that's kind of why that attitude is there. But there was one night I was like, fuck it, I'm staying off the drink. I'm just smoking tonight. That's it. Nothing else, just smoking. And yeah, no, it was going perfectly at the start. I was smoking. I think at the start I had a pinner. And then after the pinner, I shared the pinner with my 2 friends. And then there was this, we instead of going out, there was this like public bench that had like a roof over it in a corner in a nice secluded area close to a train station. And I decided, fuck it, I'm going to go over to that. We're going to go over to that bench. We all decided we're going to go over to that bench, have an hour, 40 minutes. We stayed there for like 2.5 hours because there was, when we got there was these 2 German lads and a German girl, and they were, I don't know what the fuck they were doing, but they were there and they were having a smoke. They had one of the filthiest bongs I've ever seen in my life, and they were smoking away, having the time of their lives, doing other stuff, blah blah blah. So we were just rolling, but I had no bong, and I asked the girl, I was like, can I use your bong? And she was like, absolutely. So I took a bong rip off that, and good crack, you know. I prefer smoking joints, but every now and then I don't mind a bong. It's good crack. And was fucking ripping the bong, having a grand time. I probably took 5 or 6 rips off that bong in that 2.5 hours, maybe 4 or 5. And I barely remember any of the conversation from that entire period under the gazebo for like 2.5 hours. I remember almost none of it. I remember there was a point where I went almost non-verbal. I just went to I went out because I wasn't used to smoking this much. Like I smoked a handy bit at the time, but it was not an everyday job, like not at all. It was probably like 2 or 3 times a week. So I was smoking away, and I remember towards the end of the night, one of the lads and the girl wanted to come back, but one of the other lads didn't. So they came back to the gaff that we were staying in, which was nearby, and then they all finished drinking and doing their other stuff, and they were like, oh, now we want to start smoking. So they started ripping the bong again, but the girl, sorry, it must have been the girl who left because the bong was gone. The 2 lads stayed, and we had to make a fucking, like a bottle bong. For some reason we didn't use water. We just made a dry bottle bong with tin foil and poked holes in the top of it, and oh my god, the thing was filthy. But the point of it is that after my original bong rips and then that, I was so stoned, so fucking stoned, that I remember sitting on the balcony. I tuned the entire every conversation that was going on to my left. There's no other wall gun here. I'm going to take that instead. Every conversation that was going on to my left, I was ignoring. because I was on the far right side of the balcony, I was sitting there and I could not picture my family or close friends that weren't Whitney's faces. I was thinking to myself, I'm so fucked, I cannot remember their faces. I remember I got like an outline of their face, as if someone like redrew their face, like the outline of their face and their hair and like the details of their jaw and stuff, but none of the details in their face, like their eyes, their nose, their mouth or anything. And I was like, what the fuck? And I was like, I wasn't paranoid, but I was so like wowed by that I was just like, you know what? I think I better go to sleep. And I did. I then went to sleep straight away after it. I crawled inside. Distinctly remember crawling on all fours because the bedroom was right next to the balcony. Hopped straight into the bed. It was a fucking air mattress. It was horrendous. And I went straight to sleep. And yeah, no, that was funny. But that was one of my most stoned experiences ever. And the next one is This Edible Ain't Shit, Ballincollig. This is a funny one. Everyone's had an experience, not everyone, a lot of people who smoked have an experience of, oh, this edible ain't shit, and then doing another one because the first one didn't hit hard enough or didn't hit fast enough. And you would think me, as a fairly experienced smoker, would understand not to fall into that trap. Because I'd been, at this point, this was the summer of 2023, so I would have been smoking like 3.5 years at this point, so I was fairly went into it, like, so you'd think I'd kind of know my stuff, but I'm bad at multitasking and focusing on, I'm kind of mindlessly playing the game when I'm talking. This is pure irritating. I'm gonna give this one more go. If I was silent right now, I'd be around fucking 12. The first game wouldn't have even happened. But I'm just going to keep chatting, because this is more about the talking than the reaching round 30. I got to round fucking, what, 7 of that? 6 of that? And I managed to make the first story last the entire game. 12 minutes in. Well, the official stream starts 13 minutes in. Said that at the start if you didn't hear me. Jeez, man, I could talk for fucking Ireland. But the second story, This Edible Ain't Shit. So me and my friend, we had absolutely no weed. We hadn't a fucking morsel, and we couldn't sort anything. Except for edibles, and we were like, "Fuck it, we're just gonna go sort." It was those peach rings that you could get in a bag. They're covered in sugar. They're actually not bad at all, but they're not very strong. They're like 50 or 60 or 70 milligrams per edible, which is a total fucking lie, by the way. Way stronger than that. I spanned the upside for solo, thank God. But way stronger than fucking 50, or I think they were advertised as 50 or 60. Can't really remember. But so me and my friend are there, and we're like, fuck it, we'll do these edibles. We'll do one each. We'll probably get a decent bang off that. We'll chill with each other for 2 or 3 hours, then we'll both go home. And so we immediately take one. I remember we went into the fucking Tesco car park. And we did it in the trolley bay in the corner of the car park. It wasn't like smoking drugs in a car park. It was opening a pack of jellies and eating one in the car park. And there's close enough to it. Like this foresty park. And we went down there, and that was our kind of spot for chilling at the time. And we were just like, fuck yeah, no, we're going to chill in regional, and we're going to have a lovely time. Fucking lovely trees. We had spots there. We have spots there. Morgan's Big Tree and... what's the other one? Morgan's Big Tree and... Midges, because there's so much fucking midges at the spot. But yeah, no, so we were there, and we were chilling there for like an hour, and it had probably been like an hour and a half since we took them, and I felt nothing. Like, usually an edible takes like 40 minutes, an hour to kick in. I felt nothing. Like, I wasn't even stoned. Like, not even lightly. And I was just like, oh, this is grim crack, you know, and give it another bit. So I give it another half an hour, and still feel absolutely nothing. I think I started to feel like a very, very light head high. Like, very light now, like a 3 out of 10 on the scale, you know. And I felt that, and I was just like, ah man, this is shite, like. And I waited like another 15 minutes, nothing happened. And I remember just saying to Luke, my friend, I was just like, I'm taking another one. I'm taking another one. And Luke actually advised me not to. He's like, oh, classic mistake. You know, it's not hitting hard enough. Give it some more time. And I was like, Luke, it's been over 2 hours. If this was going to hit, it would have hit already, you know? I was like, I can feel very, like, I forgot to say, he was, like, he wasn't fucked, but he was definitely more stoned than I was. He was a bit, kind of like, I'd say probably like a 5 or a 6 out of 10. And enough that he was content, you know? He could feel it enough that he was kind of like, you know what, if this is all that it is, grand, I'll get over it. I was not content. So I took my second one. And like I'm telling you, another hour and a half, maybe even 2 hours went by before I properly started feeling this. But that's the whole point of the story. So about, I'd say 45 minutes, maybe an hour after I take the second one, we're like, do you want to call it a day? Grand. So we start leaving. I'm opening that fucking door. I'm not bothered dying again. Oh my god. Wrong door, wrong door. Close, man! But, yeah, so I was like, fuck this. We're both like, fuck this, we're going home. And, we get the bus home. He goes off to do his thing. I go off to do my thing. At this point, I'm still like a 3 or a 4 out of 10. I feel a tiny bit. I wouldn't even say I feel much more. It still barely feels stoned. And, yeah, no, so I go home. I'm chilling at home. I remember I was lying in my bed. This was probably about a half an hour, 40 minutes after I got home. And I was scrolling through TikTok on my phone. And I always remember it. Like, all of the sudden, my vision started going. Do you know when your eyes are, like, really wet and your vision gets a bit blurry and you just blink and it goes away? I started getting that. And I was just like, or like something similar to that. And I was just like, oh, that's a bit weird. Blink a couple times, doesn't go away. And I was like, what? And I blink a few more times, it doesn't go away. And I was on my side on TikTok. And I remember I moved over onto my back to kind of like look up and gather myself. And the second I moved onto my back and looked up, I was like, I am fucked. Like, I had gone from what I thought was a 3 or a 4 to a fucking 9. I'm telling you, in the space of a minute. I was monged. I was gone. I was just like, holy shit. Like, my body was vibrating. I'm telling you, I was fucked. Like, your eyes and your head and your face feel so fucking hot. It's like burning stone. And I was like, what the fuck is going on? So I just spent a half an hour going between continuing to scroll on TikTok and just staring into space, kind of giggling like, oh, you know, because that's what you're in it for, you know? And I was just like, I was bordering overwhelmed, but I was keeping a lid on it. And I'm chilling there for like a half an hour odd. And eventually I was just like, oh my god, I need to poo. So I stand up and I go over to go poo in the fucking toilet, as you do. And sat there for about a half an hour. Absolutely nothing happened. Absolutely nothing happened. I could not poo. I got fucking stage fright on the toilet. It was like I had fucking rigor mortis. I remember I was shaking. I was so stoned. I was fucking shaking because, like, you know when you get like a shiver up through your body, like that sort of thing was happening. And I actually took a photo. I still have it in the mirror. My eyes were gone. And I was sorry, that wasn't the end of it. I was on the toilet, and at that point I knew it, but I was still sitting there. And my mum called me down to come change the HDMI cable on her fucking TV because it wasn't working. And I came down to help her, and she asked me if I was drunk. I was so fucking wobbly when I came into the room, and I fixed it for her. Got straight back upstairs, and yeah, no, oh shit, I went to sleep, and that was it. I after about an hour after it properly hit, I was just kind of like, yeah, fuck this shit, I'm out, I'm going to sleep. Because that's the great thing about being too stoned, is that you can just go to sleep most of the time, unless you're fucking really dying. But, yeah, so that was the second story, as I said, in no particular order. Joe, I'm going to lock in for a second here. I don't want to fucking die.
Now.
That's 2 stories down, man. We're doing great. Oh yeah. Throw a few more points my way. Throw a few more points my way. Oh! That was dodgy. That was dodgy. Oh yeah, look at them fucking points. Oh, double the points. Oh, double. Oh yeah, what you saying? Oh, what you saying? I'm gonna go get Jug. Next story. Edibles in Galway. This one now. This is another kind of this edible ain't shit, except we didn't do more. We just completely underestimated them. This was also in 2022. I think, I could be wrong. I think it was either June or July. It was definitely June or July. It was in the summer, and it wasn't as late as August. I'm not sure. It might have been the very start of August. I don't know. Look, I fucking go out yourself. But one sec. Fuck, I forgot to say goodnight to my fucking mother. 2 minutes. I have to go downstairs and do that. I've gotten a passenger by going saying goodnight to my man. I have gotten the dog. Yup, Max. The best fucking boy on the planet. Max, come on. Come on. Good boy. Good boy. He's fucking heavy bollocks. Lift him up to bed. English bulldog. He weighs about 26 kilos. 8 years old, God bless him. Alright. You sulking there, Max? Do you want me to open the window? There you go now, boy. Good boy. Good boy. I don't fucking care that my mic is still on. Woo! Who's a good boy? Who's a good boy? Ah. I know you like an old ear rub. Ooh. Yeah, I gave in. I gave in to the puppy eyes. Who doesn't? But so me and my two friends had gone up to Galway because one of our other friends had moved up to Galway. That starts happening when you get older. Shit crack. People are moving everywhere. But yeah, no. So he moved up to Galway and he'd been up there like a month. How's the form? He'd been up there like a month and maybe a month and a half, and we were like, "Fuck it, we'll go up to him for a weekend and visit him." So we were going to spend 2 nights in Galway, and you know, at the start, we go up, we're up around Ayr Square, having a great fucking time, looking around the place. I'd never been in Galway City before in my life. I don't even know if I'd been in Galway Town, honestly, with you, to be honest with you. But we were there, and we're going around getting food, blah, blah, blah. I honestly, like charity shopping, all that sort of crack, you know the deal when you go to a town for the day or a city for the day. But we're doing all that. And then the whole plan was to do the edibles at the end of the day when we'd come home after experiencing a bit of Galway. So it was the same brand. I don't remember if they were the same jellies, but it was the same brand as the story from the last story I just said with this edible ain't shit. And yeah, no, so it was the same shit, and we were just chilling, having a grand time, and we go and we're like, okay, we're gonna do 2 of them, because at this point I think I was smoking a good bit less, so I would have been a bit like, I don't know, I was a bit more gung-ho, like, I was like, fuck it, we'll do 2 of them. And this story was like a year before the other one. But yeah, no, so we ended up doing 2 edibles each, and our plan was we were all going to pre-roll a joint each. 4 joints, and then we're gonna smoke, like, I think it was like smoke 2 or 3 of them in a circle and then save one for later or whatever, like, because there was a field close to his gaff that we could smoke at. So we were to go to this field. We pre-rolled 4 joints, as I said, between 4 experienced smokers. Like, 2 of these lads smoked for a fucking living at the time, like. But yeah, I know. So we get there, and we were only able to finish 1 joint. That's how fucked up we were. That's how hard it hit all of us. Not just 1 or 2 of us. All of us were fucked after about an hour. And I remember my friend was barely able to walk back from the fucking field. He was that bad. And because it was like a 6 or 7 minute walk to his house from the field. And we were able to get him back. All was good. And within about 15-20 minutes of getting back, he started vomiting all over the place. Well, not all over the place. He started vomiting in the bathroom. And so he's out of action. He's out of the session. He's gone. Green eat, white eat, whatever you want to call it. He's dead. And About an hour and a half later, other friend bows out of the session. He's gone. He goes upstairs. I don't remember if he got sick or not, but he was definitely fucked, and or too fucked, and he went to sleep. I think it's funny. He actually went to sleep in the wrong bed, and the person's girlfriend came home later on from a night shift and saw him. Didn't expect to see him, and it was pretty funny. Not in like a weird way. Like, we were all able to have a laugh about it, like, but it was funny out. And where was it going? Oh yeah, no. So my friend, my second friend, bowed out of the session. I actually remember very little. I was on the couch, and I was just completely immobilized. I could not get up. I could barely lift my head. I remember there was kind of like this silent respect between me and my other friend for like, me and you can hack it, but God, we're fucked, like. And both of us ended up falling asleep on the couch watching some cartoon. I can't even remember what cartoon it was. Well, I think it was Cartoon Network. I'm not sure though. And I probably lasted 3 hours after the edibles hit. One guy lasted, like, including the joint walking back, 35, 40 minutes. I lasted about 3 hours. Another guy lasted like an hour and a half. No, that's not a good timeline at all. Maybe like 4 hours. I don't know. It's been a while. But that's probably the one on this list I can remember the least about actually being stoned myself. I just remember I could not move. I could barely lift my head. I was so fucked I couldn't even get up to eat. And you know, fucking food is the friend to most smokers. Okay, this is a bit dodgy. Give me a sec. Let me lock in. I'm just gonna get. I wouldn't normally get that, but in the name of speeding this up, I will. I don't know why I'm acting like getting through the rounds fast is important, as if anyone is fucking watching. But to cap off that story, we were all incredibly fucked. Whatever. I ended up falling asleep. Woke up in an absolute state on the couch the next morning, and I remember we all went for a walk. Like, we had to stay, like, we completely ruined the second day in Galway. We couldn't do shit. We were all so hazy in the fucking morning. And it was very funny. It was like a sound store or a Harvey Norman, I'm not sure. That was, that we went to just to have a look around. And I was in there with my friend for like 2 or 3 minutes, and I was like, I need to go sit down. So I sat outside in the gravel outside of the shop. And just I didn't fall asleep, but I was half falling asleep, leaned up against the gravel like a fucking junkie up against the wall. Just because I was so fucked for the next day after the edible. It was funny. I think there's a photo of me floating around, sitting down against that wall. But yeah, we just basically completely ruined the second day. All we did was stay home, play video games, watch shit. I don't even know if we played video games. We might have just watched shit. I think we played something, I'm not sure. And ordered a takeaway, and then left later that day. We did absolutely sweet fuck all. But next story, I'm not going to tell that story. Oh, that's fucked up. Okay, I didn't make this list with the intention of making a video. It's not fucked up as in it's weird. It's fucked up as in it's a bit more personal. Ooh, sec. Now the death machine. Lock in, lock in, lock in, lock in. We're sorted. I'm not going to tell that story because it's a bit more personal, especially to the other person in it, I'd say. So I won't say that one. So there's only 8 stories, my bad. The next one is a very recent one. That was only about 4 or 5 days ago. And that is the reason I made this list. It was the day after. I was just like, fuck. I was like, what is some of the most stoned I've ever been in my life? And so the other day, as I said, it was my 22nd birthday recently, and I haven't done edibles since May. But like right now, it's November now. I haven't done edibles since May, and even before that, the last time I did it was the last time I was in Amsterdam, which was a year and a half ago, nearly a year and a half ago, like a year and 3 or 4 months ago. And like it was such like the last 2 times I did it, even in Amsterdam, it was anticlimactic enough, and I was just I kind of fell out of edibles a bit. I was happy to smoke my joints, but I was gifted 3 for free recently. Chocolate squares, it's like squares of a chocolate bar. I was given 3 of them, and Buddy was just like, yeah, no, you can keep these, because I helped him out, I sorted them out. And he gave them to me, and I was just like, fuck it, I'll leave these on the back burner. I might do these around my birthday. Ended up doing them around my birthday. Did them 2 days after my birthday. By myself, might I add. All 3 of them. I decided I was going to do it by myself, like, only a day or 2 after I got them, because I've never done them properly by myself, and it's good crack, like. So I was just like, I booked 4 days off work for my birthday, and I was like, fuck yeah, I'm just going to do these one of those days that I booked off, and I'm going to do absolutely nothing, or I'm going to make a plan and go whatever, but I'm going to do edibles in the meantime. And it was all fucking well and good. I did 1.5 on my way into town. Sorry, I decided I was going to go into the city by myself and do some shopping, have a look around, all that crap. I did 1.5 on my way into town, and about an hour later, I did, not even an hour, about 50 minutes later, I did the other half. As I started feeling the first one, like 10 minutes after I started feeling it, I'd say, I did the second half, and you know, I have to say now, I was chilling, I was walking around, I did some stupid shit, as you'd expect. I went into Penny's, I was trying to buy a tracksuit, there was some guy standing pretty close to the line, but not in it, because the queue is kind of like this weird, like, tunnel thing with 2 shelves either side that you just walk down. I'm sure you know what the crack is. And he was standing at the edge of that looking at some stuff on the shelf, and I stood behind him for, like, I want to say a good 30-40 seconds, just standing there, and a couple people actually got behind me and started, like, standing behind me as if I was in the queue, because I was just standing there. I fully thought I was in the queue, and eventually the guy just turned around because I was looking down at my phone, tapped me on the shoulder and just goes, "I'm not in the queue." And I was like, "What?" He's like, "I'm not in the queue, I'm just looking at the shelf." And I was like, "Oh, sorry, my bad." And I go and join the queue. No one actually said anything to me, but I was fairly mortified. I actually bumped into someone then leaving afterward because I was pure wobbly. But that was just the 2 edibles because they were stronger than I thought they'd be as well. But they were, in fairness, my friend said they were pretty strong, but he doesn't smoke half as much as me, so I just thought it was a tolerance difference. But yeah, they fucked me up. So I was walking around absolutely fucking monged. I was having a grand time. I was pure, like, distracted. Everything was, like, taking my attention. I had no attention span whatsoever. And I was just walking around listening to music, staring into space. I was having a great time, fucking loving life. And one sec. I was just walking around. I wasn't really doing anything in particular, I'll be honest. I was just incredibly fucked up walking around, really appreciating my music. Eventually it got to the point where I was like, fuck it, I think I'm able to go for a joint. So I went up to go for a joint in a spot that I like to go. And I had that, and I'm telling you, after I smoked that, I was fucking goosed. I had to stay on that bench where I smoked it for an hour after I finished it. I was already planning. Oh my god. Ooh, I didn't need to use that. That was dodgy. I thought I saw more zombies. I panicked. There's only 2 behind me. I definitely didn't need to use that. That's the reaction speed there. Boom. Panicked. Shitty situation. In plain sight. Gobblegum are handy. But, especially for this fucking map. But yeah, no. So, I was just fucking staring at the view from my spot for a good hour. Just going between listening to music and playing mobile games on my phone because I was so fucked. Completely and utterly gone. The sort of stoned where you're literally melting into whatever you're sitting into, and the thought of moving is like an unfathomable challenge. And after about an hour, I felt decent enough to get up and actually start moving around. And yeah, no, I walked back into the city. I actually went on a little adventure looking for the bus because my phone was nearly dead. Couldn't find the bus. Couldn't check the app, so I just jogged around, I speed walked around, just trying to find the bus that I needed to get home, or to get me to the food gaff close to my house. And eventually, after 25 minutes of looking, I just randomly happened across the bus, which was fairly lucky, and got on. I did actually have to jog after the bus because I happened to cross it while it was driving by, but it wasn't bad because it was traffic in the city, so I was all good. I may need to lock in during this round here because I do not have a whole lot of fucking ammo. That was dodgy. I may have to use in plain sight here. I didn't. Yeah, I have to lock in here. You see what happens when you touch Nikolai? Alright, last perk is gonna be Mule Kick, because fuck surviving on this map without 3 guns. You need the Wonder Waffle as well. Is this fucking box gone yet? No. I need a new gun, and I need it now. I'm out of ammo. That's fucking handy. Piss on someone. Richtofen, your children are becoming annoying. Taste the power of the red mammoth. Oh my god, I'm fucked. Sorry, give me a second here. That'll do.
Come, baby, we do
That'll
the
do.
59,
We
eh?
do the 59, eh? Fuck it, I really need to pee. 1 sec. I'm gonna lock in now. I don't know if I can keep telling the stories because we're getting to record territory. Best ever round on this is 20 by myself. Alright, we're back. I'll quickly finish off that story by saying I took the third edible on the bus home, and yeah, no, I was like, I need to finish this, or I want this. I want to try and get home, or get my takeaway, get home, and then finish. I'm stuttering all over my words. Leave me be for a second. I'm flustered. I was like, I want to get home with my takeaway. Why did I go here? Get home with my takeaway and eat it before this kicks in, so I can just kind of bam out.
You cannot even beat the Trans-Soviet.
Fuck that. That was a definite down. That would have been a 100% down. No, fuck all of you. Fucking bitch ass zombies. But I was like, I want to get all that done before it kicks in, and yeah, no, I didn't really. Started kicking in while I was watching something with my family afterward with my takeaway, but I was happy out. There was no bother. It was good crack, and I was fucking shafted. I played an entire game of Moon with my friend that I remember almost none of online on zombies, and take the fucking Wonder Waff out here. I played an entire round of Moon that I don't really remember, and I actually do have a very distinct memory of laying in the fetal position on my bed, watching fucking TikTok, as you do, in an absolute state, just being like, I need to go to fucking sleep. And that's what I ended up doing, and that was only at about 10 o'clock at night, and I usually last a lot longer than that, but fuck man, edibles take it the fuck out of you.
When did I run out of ammo?
This might be a bit of a grim round. I'm going to have to start off with the PPSH and then finish off with the Wonder Waffa, but I'm not going to get very far. That's just not worth it. Like, there's no gun I can take off the wall that'll be better than what I have now, like. Even if I pack a punch it.
Let's dance to Yablutchka.
The only way to survive on this, late rounds on this map, is to train here. And I'm telling you, it is not a good spot for training. You are going to be taking hits from fucking it. Oh my god. Oh my god. Why didn't I fucking reload it? Why didn't I reload it? This is not ending here. This run is not ending here. It's because the fucking zombies in this game hit at the speed of light. Oh my god, I lost the Wonder Waffle as well. I shouldn't have tried this. Oh, ho, 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 ho. I think I give up by losing the Wonder Waffle. Fucking shafted. I'm gonna name what the other stories are for the crack, but I'm not fucking going on. Totally gonna rewatch this when I go out for my joint tonight. Moonrock in the Papillion with UFC in Amsterdam. That was a fucking banger. That's probably one of the more memorable ones on this. Just for the occasion. Being first time in Amsterdam with my friend Luke, smoking Moonrock. We built it up as this amazing thing. Friend's bedroom. That was a 450 gram edible, or milligram edible, 450 gram, Jesus. Absolutely took it the fuck out of me. I got onto a bed, it did not get off it for 14 or 15 hours. was in the second Amsterdam. We buy these like this fucking 80 euro gram resin or rosin shit that you'd smear onto a joint, and oh my god, we've been making like a gram joint out of Cali and fucking putting this mad shit on it, sharing it, and oh my fuck, blows the head off you. You'd be sitting on a fucking, we were sitting against a tree, the two of this like weird bench thing, the two of us, by a lake, and I remember there was this one specific night that we made probably the biggest one that we did, and we were stuck there, could not get up for about an hour and a half after we finished it, just chatting because we, for the life of us, could not fucking stand up. Great crack. And then there's edibles in my room with Luke. That was an amazing time. We were playing, and we went for a walk and stuff, but it was just like I get more into the stories. There's much more to it. But those edibles kicked our ass. We actually went to sleep at one point together at the same time and woke up at the same time, or went to sleep around the same time. I don't know if it was the same time, at like 2 in the morning, and woke up like an hour and a half later, at like three, half three, and we both woke up, but didn't. Neither of us realized we had fallen asleep, or the other person had fallen asleep, and we were just talking to each other, whatever. As if 2 minutes had passed, and we just stopped, closed your eyes for a second, and one of us at some point looked at our phones like, what the fuck, it's this time? We're like, what? It literally didn't make sense to us for a while until we were like, we must have fallen asleep. But that's actually all of them. I told 4 stories. Yeah, and there was 4 left. Well, stories not better there. Like that I wasn't even not locked in there. I got fucked. If I didn't pick up the perk, I probably would have gotten away with it. Ugh, fuck's sake. Well, look, a bit of crack. Maybe I'll do the next 4 tonight after I finish the joint. I might do that. Keep you posted.